Hey guys,
Pete here.
Hey guys, that's funny. Hey guys, Pete. Hey guys, Pete over here with Ryan. Today a little bit different video. We are actually in a vintage room here. I think this, like you said, this has been a highly requested video.
Yeah.
To walk around the shop, show off some parts of the shop that we normally don't show in the videos, talk about a few items that we got throughout the shop here, something else, something different. Now you're watching this mainly because we decided this would be perfect video for the time that I'm gone, that Carlos gone. We are taking a little vacation, yeah. So we are filming this kind of in advance. But first item that we want to talk about, and this was, I had a request about this, 2 different emails, couple comments, are these 2 pieces right behind us here. This is a Peyton Manning jersey, beautifully framed, and also his football. They're both signed by him. They both come with certificates. And the question was, of course, how much we are asking for them. So the ball we are asking $400, and the jersey we're asking $600. Although I think this is well underpriced because the case that this is this jersey is sitting in is extremely expensive. These cases with the white background, specially designed for jerseys, by themselves they're like $300. Very, very expensive. So this, whoever gets this, it's a great deal. But we actually sold this one.
I was gonna say that kind of plays into it because we did sell it.
I don't know the story behind it. Something must have happened there. Either this gentleman bought it as a gift for somebody.
Yeah.
And then something happened, and he had to return it. He came back and asked, "You okay?"
Yeah.
Funny thing happened with this, right? It sold once. Within 3 weeks, the guy came back and says, "Can I sell this back to you?" And we were both like, "Well, sure, but what happened?" He didn't kind of exactly say what happened.
Yeah.
I think he might have bought this for a gift for somebody. There was some kind of fallout in the family, or something happened, or maybe somebody passed away. I don't know. This was a gift. He bought both of these.
Yeah.
And he brought them both back and said, "Pete, can you buy them back?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. We'll buy them back. No reason for you to have something if you're not gonna enjoy it or you can't do anything with it." So, yes, $400 for the ball with the certificate, $600 for a Peyton Manning jersey, also with the certificate. Very, very cool pieces. So, let's start the walk around.
This was 2015, 2016 Chicago Bulls, authenticated by JSA.
Yeah, cool piece. Cool piece. I thought, and we thought it was a cool piece because it's a whole team on it, right? And the main player, Derrick Rose, who we thought as a Chicago Bulls fans, oh, another new Michael Jordan. Yeah. But I guess he got injured and then got traded and nothing really happened. So cool piece, 2015, 2016, asking $450 for this, but we had this now for a year. One of those things, anything with Michael Jordan on it moves quickly. Anything without him, it just takes some time. So
did we have that on one of our videos?
We did. This is a very cool piece that I kind of never finished to it because remember I was gonna put, since this has the fireman patches.
Yeah.
On it, I was gonna install those 2 beautiful.
Oh, the axes.
The axes.
Yeah, we sold those.
But we sold those, so I was gonna put like a fireman helmet on it and a couple axes. Never finished this, so this is not even priced right now because this was gonna be like a future project. I want to talk about this.
The stuff that doesn't sell?
The stuff that just doesn't move anymore. And I know there's a lot of people into glass and crystal and things like that. For some reason in my shop I can't move stuff like this. Maybe because our shop is mainly kind of man cave. There's a lot of stuff here for guys, so guys don't look at things like this. Vintage Pyrex mugs, crystal that back in the day was worth something. Now really nobody buys the pewter. We should probably even get rid of all this stuff and change it to something else.
Can you believe we never sold this unicycle?
This has been here forever. long time. Although the newer ones, if we no, but when we get the newer ones, right?
Yeah, the newer ones, yeah.
They
do
move.
okay.
They sell pretty quickly. This vintage one is just a conversation piece.
Yeah.
You know? Hang it up somewhere in a corner in a room or something like that.
I don't even know what we're asking, and there's no tag.
So, yeah. And on this side, I think we showed you guys that before, but this is new area when Ruby hangs out now. So it's kind of blocked off with all these tables going around it and cases, so nobody can get to her. But yeah, that's where she sticks around now, since we have Miss Walters up front. We still bring her up front a few times a day, but that's where she hangs out now. She actually, last weekend, she figured out, or either we left one door open or she figured out how, you said you saw her opening the doors once before. She figured out how to unlatch the lock when you put the food.
Yeah.
And she'll take the bowl out.
She'll crawl upside down and out.
Yeah, she figured out how to crawl out of that little hole on the side of the cage. And one morning I came in here and like stuff was all over the floor. The shoes were dragged out. She took off pictures of the wall. Glass broken.
That one's still broken.
Yeah, that's the one she broke. She took it off. So she did a little bit of damage around the shop. So now Ryan actually put like a little wire on that door so she doesn't come out.
But the funny thing is she didn't spend just, you know, all night out. She kept coming in, coming out.
Yeah,
like,
because
you know, like
Ryan actually looked up the footage from the security camera at night, you know, because we have what it's called like a night vision. You can see it actually. And it was funny too, when she grabbed the white shoe that it's laying here, she dragged it out in the middle of the floor and then she quickly ran away into her cage like she knows she's a bad girl, you know? So once again, a lot of this stuff in this vintage room / sports and vintage room, a lot of it is stale here. A lot of it is stale inventory that it's been here for a long time. We are not moving a lot of this stuff. There's things here that, you know, we just got rid of that we donated already. But there's still a lot of stuff that it's hard to donate because you know it's worth money. It's just taking, you know, forever to find a buyer. Like this old vintage register, beautiful cabinet. I dropped the price 3 times on it. This normally would go for like $600-700. Now it's down to 3 and it's still here, you know, so takes time on some of this stuff here.
stuff like these old plates or
Yeah, the plates do okay. The automotive stuff for general, it does okay. The beer advertisement kind of for a man cave style, although it did slow down too, because we did extremely well with neons. For quite some time, and now it's slower. Now we got all these neons everywhere, so it's slower.
I mean,
too.
sports stuff, like all this stuff we have on this wall, we're shifting over into it, and even that right now is kind of slow too.
Yeah. So
but the stuff like the Breeze jersey, or how we talked about the Manning, like stuff like that's getting a lot of attention. But
yeah, this is for example a sign, and I thought it would sell relatively quickly. Sugar Ray Leonard boxing gloves sign over here. They've been here for a while. Yeah, that Breeze jersey, beautifully framed as well with certificate. All the company that certified is not very well known.
yeah.
So that might be a little question mark. But still, I mean, a jersey from Breeze with this beautiful case, I'm asking $265.
yeah.
The case costs more than that, you know? So yeah, some of the stuff is a little harder. This is a cool piece. Comes with a COA, Devin Hester helmet that it's signed. Now he's Hall of Famer, and you would think it would go fast.
yeah.
But it's here, you know. That's a neat thing, not signed. These are not real authentic signatures by Ernie and Jack, you know, famous golfers, but a cool piece for a man cave. So this is very cool jersey up here too. Very nicely done. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Obviously most of his career, for 20 years he played with Lakers, but he started his career with Milwaukee Bucks. And look how young he is in this photo, and then he's playing there against Celtics. So that's a very unique piece here, with certificate as well. And this one we are asking $600. I'm actually very surprised that this is still here, because he's such an iconic player. He was like the most valuable player, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times, like huge.
Yeah.
And it's still here. So stuff like this right now is a little soft. This you guys probably saw in a video that we did recently. Phil Nicholson signed flag. You know, those flags would hang at Masters. On every hole you have this flag hanging. Obviously that's not like an official one, that somebody took it off of the green, but you probably can purchase this at a gift shop and then he would sign it for you. So that's a cool piece. Asking $350 on that with a certificate. And then of course my idea of these neons are still here. None of them sold. Actually that one broke. I don't know if you noticed that, Ryan.
Well, I noticed it was off. I didn't realize it broke.
You turn it on, it stays on for 3 seconds and turn off. Something wrong with the ballast, I think. So the yellow doesn't light up on it anymore. Same thing, the blue sign that I did, I mean the blue neon, such a cool piece. I think at the moment people are just not spending money on toys like this, you know?
Yeah.
I mean it's expensive stuff. I'm asking $1,000 for this setup. The sign alone is worth about $600-700. So original, you know, 1940 sign.
Even the railroad one, I'm surprised because railroad stuff was very hot for us.
Very hot. I mean, anything that we would get railroad in a shop would sell. And now, you know, like this was on a video thing, I think too. This is a cool railroad light. This is a reflector crossing sign. Can't get rid of it right now, you know. So a lot of stuff right now is slower when it comes to this vintage and antique stuff. So, and of course the telephone booth. Now that requires a special buyer. I think I have a buyer right here, sir. You're buying this, right? You love it. I know you love it. You've been in it. I'll make you a deal.
That's pretty neat, quite frankly.
You know, I mean, you,
How long
especially in this kind of condition, you don't find them anymore like that. You know, so.
How long you had it?
I think I bought it winter. It was still winter. It was like January, February, something
Yeah, I
like
want
that.
to say it was like 5 months ago or
Yeah,
something.
so.
Nice, heavy girl.
Hey, I heard
Yeah.
there was that movie where Bill and Ted went on an excellent adventure in a phone booth. This could probably do something
Yeah.
similar.
Well, this is 1960s, you know. It's got that little fan in there, heater. Like if you,
Is that a
yeah,
heater too?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. Look at how that changed color from being on. You know that plastic
That and the bugs that are in it that are cooking.
that are cooking in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So. Yeah, that's a little like a heater, and that has a like an exhaust fan in it too, so it takes the air out, you know. But
Wow.
look at the vinyl floor, how it's done on it. So what do you think, sir? Make me an offer.
I don't have anybody to call.
Hey, good to see you, man.
Good to see you also.
Back room. These are
Look at the
fresh.
size of this prescription bottle.
So I just picked this up from one of our regulars, and he had a bunch of parts, loose parts, and he says, "I'm gonna put them in my prescription bottle." I'm like, "Okay, that's a big
Well, it just
bottle."
says take 1 tablet in the morning, but like how big is a tablet?
I don't know. So this room, we don't show it too much on the videos. I'm sure you guys seen it here and there. Most of the time, it's kind of industrial big stuff that we have in this room.
Yeah, like table saws, the planers, chop saws.
As you can see, you know, mainly tools, AC units. During the winter time, we have obviously snow blowers here, bicycles in the summertime, toolboxes, all big stuff. And again, this room is a little bit underutilized sometimes, you know, because
I mean, I think we sell more out of this room than the sports/antique stuff, but
yeah, but we could organize this a little bit better, like have more shelving in here, have more. Although it is convenient.
I know you talked about cutting off the room back there and possibly, you know, renting out some spots for
Yeah,
people who, you know.
that crossed my mind. So I always play with different ideas. I had a couple people approach me and ask me if I would ever rent out some space in this building so people could do their own like eBay out of it. You know, people rent storage units, right? That they store their stuff and then they list at home, and it's kind of pain in the butt. And I was thinking I could maybe create a couple rooms back there and rent it out to some of the resellers out there who are in an area that need a space that it's nice and dry, internet, power, packing table, things like that. Maybe we'll do something like that in the future, you know? So, yeah, but not too much to talk about in this room. It's just a lot of industrial stuff, so I don't think we're gonna spend too much time in here. You know, there's nothing really to show off. And the neons, like I said, you know, we always have few light up here, and some of them been here for a minute, so that market slowed down too. Look at that one, Lollapalooza. That's coming to Chicago soon. We're gonna sneak in on Nick here in the eBay room, show you guys the eBay room. He's working, a work in progress. He doesn't even know, he's got headphones on, he doesn't even know. Oh, there he is. I'm like, he's got headphones on, he doesn't even know.
I can hear you.
I'm doing walk around the shop, so
Gotcha.
he's listing stuff right now.
Yep. This whole cart.
This is a 2-room process here. This is the area when we bring stuff in. He processes them, takes pictures right here on the photo shoot on the table right here. And then next room over, that's his computer station that he processes everything to go on eBay. So that's the room that he works out of it. So it's actually nice and cool in here. I don't want to leave.
Well, let's keep rolling.
Should we go in the back?
Oh, no, do you want to show that off? It's so crowded back there. Or are you just talking the packing area?
Yeah, we can quickly like walk through.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So this is where the magic happens when it comes to eBay, meaning stuff that it's already listed. This is a warehouse when we keep all the inventory for eBay. Little messy, always here because every day we work out of this room. This is the packing and shipping area. And all the inventory that it's currently listed, it's on these shelves. So it's a good size area.
Yeah.
We average what, 2,500 to 3,000 items, from little tiny stuff to some big bulky items.
Yeah.
We are not scared to sell all kinds of stuff here. So, and actually, believe it or not, if you are a reseller on eBay, huge advantage if you decide to sell bigger and bulkier stuff. People don't want to do that. People don't want to deal with that. Less competition though. You can really command some big money.
I mean, it takes a lot of packing material to do that.
It does, and it takes a lot of room.
Which is
also.
where that machine comes in handy, because those
Yeah, that
bubbles are-
machine we bought, I think last year from one of, I think viewers. Actually, one of you guys watches the channel, and you brought this in, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna flip this. I'm gonna buy this for the shop, and it works great. So we gotta order the little bit smaller bags for this too. So
Yeah.
but yeah, not much to talk about here, like far as what's on these shelves. It is just eBay inventory, and of course Ruby now is behind me, wants to put in her 5 cents. So now we are back to the front room.
where all the magic happens.
This is where the most footage you guys see when it takes place when we record. So when I'm doing a negotiation, this camera would be rolling with the mic set up here. You usually guys don't see the mic, it's out of the shot, but that's the camera that rolls when we do main back and forth with the customers. And then obviously, you know, Carlos is behind the scenes. He will film different angles or our interactions that you see all the time around this area, you know. So this is probably our best selling area here.
Yeah.
Right, is still moving really well.
Mainly the Nintendo. That's, you know, the number one
for sure.
Yeah.
Like we can't keep in stock like Nintendo 64. When it comes in, it's gone within days.
The GameCubes, the NES.
Yeah, anything
You know,
Nintendo,
Super
or even the newer stuff, the Switches, you know, they
Yeah.
Xbox is a little bit slower. PS3, PS4, and of course PS5.
Those are dying out a little bit.
But they're
yeah.
dying out a little bit too. Now on the other hand, like the original Xbox, lately it's been selling, there you go, it's been selling pretty good. But like Xbox 360 and things like that, it really slowed down.
Yeah.
And we kind of stopped buying all the games for those systems.
I gotta answer this. I wanted to show off actually these because I thought these would sell pretty quick. The Tomb Raider
Figurines.
action figures.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're still here, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hit and miss, you know, with stuff like this. But overall, gaming, we do very well with gaming.
I don't know when we got this in, but this is kind of cool. The Street Fighter.
Yeah, not too long ago. We
Yeah.
got that probably like a week and a half ago. So yeah, if you guys spot anything, obviously here on a video, message us through email is the best way. If you spotted something, send us an email. There's always email in the description. Comes directly to us. Either I or Ryan will monitor that email that comes in. You can also call the shop. Easy to find us on Google, and you can call the shop directly and ask, hey, you guys, hey, I saw this on the video, is that game still available? And if it is, we'll make a deal, you know? We do that all the time.
There's kind of an expensive one that you bought the other day.
What?
The Atmos clock.
Yeah. So that's see, I bought it because from experience, we sold those before.
Yeah.
They don't sell quickly, but they do sell. I got a feeling we might sit on this clock now for a long time before we find a buyer. Same thing like this, you know, World War I, military stuff. It's hard. All this military stuff that we got here, not easy movers now, you know.
Although you do have your one or two regular people who always buy that stuff, but
yeah, there's few regulars, you know, that, you know, I have Joe, shout out to Joe, he's my expert guy when it comes to bayonets and knives. This was a crazy buy too. This blackjack that we remember we asked the viewers what it is.
yep, and they found out it was from a Sega arcade game, like a virtual poker or
blackjack game, yeah, and it's still here. This has been here for, I don't know, year and a half. Yeah, February 23. So taxidermy right behind you. Both of these cats, they've been here now for a while as well. They're actually, a lot of people think they're bobcats. They're not bobcats, they're actually lynx. Very well done. One of them is actually holding that bird. That's kind of unique piece.
I think we're all guilty of thinking they were bobcats when they first came in.
Yeah, so very cool pieces, but once again, you're waiting for that right buyer and stuff like this. So a lot of this inventory here is just money invested and you're just waiting, you know, just how long can you wait though?
You know, I mean, I was gonna say at the same time, I mean, even though it's tied up and it's not selling, it's still interesting and cool, and it kind of intrigues people into coming back again and seeing what else we got. So
the case that you're leaning against, that's one of our categories that we do very well with here, knives.
Yep.
From hunting knives to just simple stuff to expensive
More so
to cheap.
lately, it's been the folding knives. These fixed blades, you can see most of the cases full of the fixed blades, and those.
Yeah. But anytime we get even something high end here, when I say high end, like, you know, the Benchmates, they're nicely folded. They go. The guys are willing to pay up for that brand. But yeah, the fixed braids, not so much. So we got to slow down probably on picking those up. Right behind you there too, in that case, these are all handmade out of different steel and files and just solid pieces in there. I bought all of them for good price thinking they're gonna go quick. Might have been a bad buy.
I mean, it's only been 2 or 3 weeks, but I think with time they'll go. Got some of the graded Pokemon cards from eBay that we brought up here.
Pokemon cards that we had listed on eBay for a long time that haven't moved well. We decided to bring them here to give it a shot here because good stuff sold off on eBay and some stuff after a few months, you got to make a decision what to do with that stuff. Should you keep going, lowering prices on eBay, or bring it here, avoid the fees, and try to sell here? It's kind of that market is like this non-stop.
Yeah.
Because we get some kids in here or people who collect this and boom, 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 sell, and then you go dry again for a few months, and then boom, 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 and so it's yeah. That's an interesting piece that I picked up there. And inside, the UFC. It's an actual official mat, piece of mat that it's in there that came from the real, you know, boxing match.
Yeah.
So kind of cool.
What's the helmet?
It's a
Normally,
replica. Yeah.
Years ago, that would sell right away, actually.
Instant. This would have been an instant sale. I mean, obviously, if it's original, something good, that would be $2,000. This is a replica, cool piece, asking $350, maybe tiny bit high for the replica, but still, nobody even made us an offer yet.
Yeah.
Like, so.
But I think it's kind of cool to have here.
This is actually entrance. When you come into the shop, this is the first thing you see is this shelf here. And we try to kind of change it up here every month, so it's a little bit different stuff on it. Mix of everything here. And this is the contest that you guys see on every video that I show, the postcards contest for the cabin. These are all the little caps with the numbers that we drop in here. There's 900 of them inside here, and then eventually we're gonna do a drawing, shake it up, pick one up. So
that Harley Davidson thing was a surprising one when it came in.
this is made out of pewter. It's extremely detailed. It's made by Franklin Mint. It's a factory line, right? When they put
the
everything
assembly
together,
line.
assembly line. Kind of cool, very cool. So now, is it quick sale? No, because it's up there as far as the price, and at the moment, people don't have the money. Then we get into the instrument section here up front. Right here on the right hand side here, there's always some microphones here and headphones and things like that, little things that you could use with your instruments.
The case right behind Carlos here is the viral case with the whole guitar incident.
Yeah, this is the case when the guitar got stolen from this. So if you, I don't know if many of you maybe haven't seen that episode, which is probably a year ago now, because that was last summer, right? I think.
Yes, I believe
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah. So now nicely locked. So this is some of the Metallica stuff that we still have, a big collection that we keep adding to it. It's like never ending. We still got so much stuff from that. It's crazy how much of that collection came in. Although, I'm gonna be honest, this Metallica stuff, a lot of little trinkets that are only worth few dollars. You know, a little
like the guitar picks, or
guitar pick, shot glasses, they only sell for a few bucks. So, and we have a lot of this stuff. So these are the models that we dropped the price recently. They're 50% off, and I had a lot of questions about these. You guys want to buy them and you want me to ship them, and I decided actually that this is kind of pickup only item. They're so fragile.
Yeah.
I don't want to ship
Because they're
them.
glued down, and if they come unglued, they're guaranteed to be messed up.
Everything, if let's say there's 3 ships in a container like this display case, and one of these little ships or pieces gets loose and becomes like a floating bomb inside and just destroys the whole thing. So very, very risky. But we put 50% off on them and they started moving. So I thought this was be much better, quicker product to move, but it is what it is. Guitars, different amps, cymbals, anything musical, it would be in this corner. Guitars come and go. A lot of people always say, Peter, don't put guitars in a window, they're gonna get destroyed. This stuff, the turnaround is so quick. Plus, the sun is really not beating on it because we have the windows covered from the other side. So there's not like a direct hit on the sun, very barely.
Yeah.
And this stuff moves so quickly, so I'm not worrying about it that it's going to be discolored or damaged by sun or anything like that. That's one of those categories that we do well with this.
Yeah.
Because constantly people are looking for new musical
And a
instruments.
few videos back, he installed kind of this station where people would sit down and play
Yeah,
guitars.
we put a little amp in here, little seats. Now somebody can jam it out if they want to test out the amp or they want to test the guitar.
And then we get free live music out of it.
And then we get a free. Actually, we got a couple guys here. They come here like in a
All
week,
the time,
all
yeah.
the time, and
Yeah.
they just want to plug in and they just want to play and they try out different guitars. So it's kind of cool.
And then they tune them for us.
They do it for us. So this section right here, this is all tools. We're not gonna get in there, we're not gonna talk about this. Not really anything to talk about, from drills to sawzalls to miscellaneous stuff like in these bins. We like to toss things just in the bins and sell them for 50 cents a buck and things like that. All tools, let's not even concentrate on that. This side, stuff that it's here from 80s, 90s and early 2000s. Up to current stuff,
Yeah.
and of course TVs, newer stuff. Like this is a very high-end TV, actually 8K TV.
Yeah.
But once again, high-end
Which
TV.
I believe we sold that here brand new, actually, right? Like
When it came in, yes, one of viewers bought it from us, and now they upgraded again. A couple of years ago they bought it. So
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, 8K TV. This was already woo. It's still a good TV.
yeah.
But it's hard to sell a TV when you're asking $1,000 when TVs are cheap these days. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
but you don't see 8K often.
No, you don't. You don't. Now this we get a lot of questions about. This is a banner of Star Wars that runs the whole length of this wall, covering these ugly windows. They're here. And many of you asked me over the years if I'm willing to sell this. And actually, Ryan came up with a great idea lately. That all the postcards that you guys been sending to us for the contest for the cabin up north, we can mount them back here, make it like a display.
Like a giant quilt of, you know.
Yeah, like cover these ugly windows that are back there behind this poster and display all the 1,000 postcards that came in for the contest. That would be so cool because the postcards are literally not only from all over the country, from all over the world. So it would be cool to have them up here.
Yeah.
To show off. So
Because then we can finally sell the banner too. Because I mean,
so
people
yeah,
have
if
been
anybody
asking about
wants
it.
this Star Wars cool banner, I think this was probably used in some kind of show or
Yeah, it had to have been some kind of convention. or
convention,
something, yeah.
you know, for Star Wars. And then when we get in here, kind of mix of little bit in this aisle here, right?
Yeah.
This aisle will have here at the beginning still some electronics, speakers and things like that. And then there's a lot of like household items, little small appliances.
Yeah,
And
like
this
Home
is
Depot lot. I think.
this was a lot that we bought, a pallet from Home Depot. That's slowly selling it off. Was it a good investment?
Remember this investment when we used to get ice around here and these
Here,
parts?
yeah. So, like the last couple of winters, we had such a light winter. Like there was barely any snow, and maybe few days of really, really cold weather that you get maybe a little bit of ice on the lake, and then it will melt off next week. You know, so
I want to say we've had a year and a half, 2 years
2
because
years.
of that.
2 years. This thing has been sitting brand new in a box, Eskimo. This is a.
Propane, right?
This one is, I think it is propane. Yeah, propane auger to drill holes. I can get rid of it now, you know. And I don't want to ship this. This is about 100 pounds, huge box. Might have to put it online next winter because.
Yeah.
So, little small appliances here. Some, you know, things for grilling and stuff like that. We try not to buy this type of merchandise because it's not easy to sell actually.
Yeah.
I
mean, these work boots have done pretty good for us in the past. And we
Yeah,
actually
like
got a
boots,
few,
boots,
you know.
like yeah, like motorcycle boots, work boots, things like that. Do okay. Motorcycle helmets. Then a little bit of kids area here, from vintage to current. Little toys here. We'll have a little bit of model cars here. On this side, there would be a little bit of figurines, Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Sometimes like 80s, 90s toys and collectibles.
Yeah.
Like Street Sharks and
Right, recently we picked up like the whole box of Star Wars stuff from MPC. Now this is stuff that it's
probably what, early 90s?
80s, I think. But for some reason the MPC doesn't bring that good of a money. I don't know why.
Yeah, it says 1983 here.
See, so this is vintage for sure, and we're asking $10 a piece. I think these are great prices on some of this stuff. Look at this monster. I mean, this is the Millennium Falcon. If it's not from MPC, it will bring crazy money. But this is sealed, brand new. We're asking $40, and it's sitting here.
Yeah.
So still sealed. What year is that?
I would imagine it's probably
83, 1983. Yeah. So in this aisle, we sell a lot of fishing and camping and hunting stuff. As you guys know, I am a fisherman, so I know quite a bit about this stuff, so I like to deal with that stuff. Although lately it hasn't been moving that well either, so a lot of stuff is slower right now. This is vintage BB guns here that we keep in this case, bunch of fishing poles here. I think when pandemic hit and right after we reopened the store, we sold a lot of that stuff. People wanted to be out and about and fishing by themselves, and the market filled up around us. I haven't been doing really well with rods and things like that, but yeah, lots of camping stuff. That sells still pretty well. That moves every spring. We get a nice boost of things moving. Once again, this is for ice fishing, a jacket hanging here. And like Ryan said earlier, the winters have been so mild that this is a very expensive jacket that you would use for ice fishing, and it's just priced correctly, but it's hanging here. Nobody wanted, there was no ice fishing. Archery, and then again on this side there's a bunch of tools again, so we're not going to get into those, from different screwdrivers to guns to Ryobi, Hilti, all these good brands. That stuff moves good. I always have guys coming in and buying tools because if the tool breaks, they need it, they come in and buy it. So this is one of my favorite rooms in the whole shop. I really like this room. This is a room that used to be a disaster room back in the day. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, we used to do pretty good with the appliances back in the day. We'd had the whole wall lined up with appliances and
fridges, stoves, but it was
vacuums and just everything.
But it was like it was a disaster room overall. Stuff was just so. My wife actually came up with the idea that I should move the appliances to the back room, and we actually kind of stopped selling big, bulky appliances. But turn this into media room. Since we sold vinyl all the time, come on.
Everything come out okay?
Everything's great.
Everything's good. Under control.
You said to mention your name and give you a good seat, so that's what I did. They took care of me. It's nice.
Yeah. Best seat in the house.
Definitely.
Man, I gotta start doing that.
I can put you on the schedule. We can put you for 3:30. There's an opening.
It's 3:45 already.
Oh, you missed your appointment.
So yeah, this was idea from my wife. Turn this room into a media room, and we sold LPs as long as I can remember here in the shop, but it was always a little section in the front room.
Little fold-up table.
Yeah,
that,
just a couple bins of LPs, and I really enjoy selling this stuff, and I like anything that has to do with that era, 70s, 80s, vintage electronics and vinyl. So we decided to turn this into this vinyl room, and it's been doing very well for us. There's not a single day that we still don't sell vinyl.
Yeah.
Either vinyl comes in and we buy it, and vinyl goes out. Little bit more picky lately when it comes to condition on this stuff, because there's gonna be always those repeat titles that show up all the time, and if I already have, you know, 7 records of Moody Blues
Yeah.
that have been here for a year, we're not gonna buy it. So a little bit more picky. But the brands, you know, like Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, those classic ones, or, you know, Metallica or AC/DC, they fly off the shelf all day long, you know, and people are willing to pay good money for that. You know, like this is a little bit beat up album of Led Zeppelin, and we're still asking 20 bucks, and we will get 20 bucks for this. Even though the sleeve is a little bit beat up, it might be a couple scratches on the record. So
If you had like a receiver that's like, you know, a $200 receiver, those we're still doing okay with, actually.
yeah. So again, I think it's just a money constraint at the moment that people don't want to dish out, you know, $700 for a cassette player or $3,000 for a vintage Pioneer receiver, you know. So where did Kevin put the new Macintosh that just came in? That's actually gonna be on a future video. Beautiful unit, but that's a $2,000 machine, you know.
Yeah.
So very far and few in between people out there that are willing to dish out that kind of money. This is an old wall back here of old postcards. I did this thing probably 5-6 years ago, before pandemic, that you guys were sending some postcards. That was pretty cool. And this is a case here of little trinkets that you viewers sent this to us, and these are little gifts that I got over the years that I keep in this case. I think it's time for another case, because I got more stuff already in the back room there in that bin that we need to put out. There's just no more room for this stuff to go in here.
Well, we need Adrian to come back so he can get his Castaway bobblehead.
So Adrian actually is coming. He might be coming here in November. So he might show up for my older daughter's wedding. So that would be very fun. I don't know, anything else we want to talk about? I mean,
of
we
course, you got,
covered
like your little like book. If people visit, want to make you a little note, you got a book there.
yeah, like a sign-in guest book. When you guys show up to the shop, a lot of you will sign in that book. You say where you're from and things like that. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
we covered the whole
beyond
shop.
that, we just have our break room back there where we, you know, eat.
This was designed at one point to be like a studio.
Yeah, your chat room.
Yeah, it was gonna be a cold Craigslist Hunter chat room that never took off, because I was gonna invite people, talk to them, do like a podcast style, and then pandemic hit and everything went down to crap, you know. So we had to close down, and then I never revisited this idea, which it's still in my head. That would be something cool if people want to come out and sit down and talk about different things when it comes to like either business or reselling. That would be interesting, you know, to do something like that maybe in the future. I gotta revisit that. So
I'm just thinking, if you do that, where am I going to eat my food? That's
it
all
is
I'm
a break
concerned
room
about.
now. Yeah, I know. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I think this was a requested video. I mean, we had a lot of comments. Pete, can you walk around the shop and show off different parts that we don't see normally? So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, drop a comment. If you spotted something on a video that you might be interested, don't hesitate, pick up a phone call, send us an email. We love to wheel and deal.
Even if they didn't spot in the video, chances are we'll probably have it on eBay too. Like,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.